Hello students. In our early lecture, we have gone through the reading scale and almost two passages that we tried to solve them. You need to apply your reading skills in understanding the proper concept and at the same time to go about in developing reading skills. Now, it is our next concern to read and develop our knowledge boundaries. At the same time, the subsequent uses of reading that you may get benefit from. It is applicable not just in your study, in your preparations for the exam papers, but at the same time, the reading skill will be useful for your next life, that is after your studentship. So, as a student, you must learn whatever comes in your way. So, you should be always ready to accept and to read more and more. In our next so called topic of our discussion is that of grammar. And in grammar, my fellow colleague, Professor Sudharm Kai, is also taking some of the grammatical points that are going to be useful for you. Now, our next topic of discussion that you will find that the articles, the prepositions, the concord, active, passive, sentence transformations, and other grammatical points that we are going to study in the subsequent lectures. But what does it mean by grammar? Why we need to study them? It is a very valid question that needs to be answered. Grammar, no one can define in a clear sense, but we can just assume that grammar is a kind of a self-discipline. It may be certain kinds of rules, it may be the structure, it may be the implications by which the language is to be used or words is to be used. It is to be considered as one of the area by which the language works. Means these may be called as rules by which the language works very efficiently, and it also tells how language does not work efficiently. So, the vague line, the aesthetic of these 2 points is called as grammar. See, in our grammar topic, we are going to study the prepositions. Prepositions, what are the prepositions or prepositional phrases as we see? See, a preposition expresses a relation between the two entities and one that is represented by the prepositional complement. There are various types of relational meanings that is expressed by the prepositions. So, we have the prepositions of place and prepositions of time. The most prominent and easy to identify are these two types of prepositions. So, the meaning of relations is expressed by the prepositions. So, prepositions are relational meaning words. There are the types of prepositions, and we are going to study so many prepositions and so many types of prepositions that we see. So, before going into that, we have to study the plus related prepositions. In general, the prepositions may be called simple prepositions and complex prepositions. Simple prepositions are simple words, just like simple sentence means one clause. Complex prepositions means like complex sentence means two clauses are used in a sentence. So in the same way, simple prepositions are simple and complex prepositions are complex, means they are a combination of other say prepositions or adverbs or adjectives, sometimes verbs, sometimes nouns are also combined with the prepositions. These are called as complex prepositions. See, simple prepositions are at, on, in, for, with. Complex prepositions are along with, as far, so far, away from, due to, because of, in comparison with, in front of, at the back of. So these are complex prepositions. But instead of going into all these details, we have to understand the prepositions, and these prepositions that we are going to study here. प्लस जागेच्या संदर्भातले प्रेपोजिशन्स आपल्याला दोन प्रकारचे पाहायला मिळतील आणि हे दोन प्रकारचे आहेत. एक पॉझिटिव्ह ओरिएंटेशन असलेले, म्हणजे त्याच्यामध्ये पॉझिटिव्हिटी दिसते, सकारात्मक दृष्टिकोनातून हे आपल्याला ॲप्रोच ह्या प्रेपोजिशनच्या वापरामागे पाहायला मिळतं. मग याचे दोन प्रकार पडतात. एक आहे डायरेक्शन आणि दुसरा आहे पोझिशन. सी, या चार्टमध्ये वी हॅव टू. सी, टू is a preposition that indicates a kind of a movement. Arrow indicates the movement. It is towards, means it is at direction, it is directed. The next preposition is now by to. See, I am going to the college, I am going to the bus stop. Okay, see, I am going to the library. So to library, the box is just think a building. Okay, now after reaching there, you are close to, means I am at college. Then after reaching college, you will be at college. After reaching bus stop वर पोचल्यानंतर you can say we are or I am at the bus stand or at the college. In the same way, दुसरं आपल्याला बघायला मिळेल डायमेन्शन टाइप आहे, सरफेस आहे समजा, जस्ट लाइक अ टेबल or floor. Okay, see, onto, it indicates the arrow that is see is there and it stands for onto. See, onto means the direction is there. I fell onto the floor. I throw pen onto the table. Onto, so there is a movement. After reaching, after you fell on the floor, you are on the floor. The pen is on the table. Okay, मग टेबलवर टाकल्यानंतर ऑन टू झाल्यानंतर टेबलवर आपल्याला पेन पाहायला मिळेल, फ्लोअरवर तुम्ही पडलेलं बघायला मिळेल. सो यू कॅन से टेबल, पेन इज ऑन द टेबल. आय एम ऑन द फ्लोअर. सी, द पोझिशन, पोझिशन पाहायला मिळते, डायरेक्शन पाहायला मिळते. डायरेक्शन, सी, we will find in next slide. Into, suppose the box is a classroom. I walked into the classroom. Movement is there, means entering. जेव्हा तुम्ही बाहेरून आतमध्ये येतात असं सांगण्यासाठी एंट्री, तुम्ही वॉक करत चालत आतमध्ये आलात तेव्हा त्याला अशा पोझिशनला इंटू असं म्हटलं जातं. सो ही dived into the water. I walked into the classroom. Okay, he entered into the house. Okay, so like this, the arrow indicates the movement and it requires a dynamic verb like this. Okay, then we have some types of negative orientations. All these in the first two columns indicate some kind of a positivity. In the next column, we have the say the direction. Again, arrow indicates the direction. So we have arrow away from. I am going away from the college. I am going away from the railway station. Or he is moving away from his hometown. I am driving away from my home. So is going away. लांब दूर जात असणं. बिल्डिंग पासून, घरापासून, गावापासून, बिल्डिंग पासून दूर जाणे. Okay. Off. Next is we can say in the second, say now if you are away from. Position सांगायची असेल, status, positions, स्थानबद्धता. Okay. So I am away from my home. तुम्ही जर कॉलेजला असाल तर यू कॅन से आय एम अवे फ्रॉम होम. किंवा तुम्ही कॉलेजला नाही आहे, बस स्टॉपवर असाल, सो यू कॅन से आय एम अवे फ्रॉम बस स्टॉप. ओके, सो इन सच अ वे यू कॅन इंडिकेट इन दिस वे. Then we have negative off. Okay, see, off is negative in the sense it is going off. Okay, I am moving off the college. Is I am going off the classroom. बाहेर असणं. Okay, see. Or position I am off the office. Opposite असणं, बाहेर असणं. ऑफिसच्या बाहेर आहे. So you can indicate the position. In the same way, if we have this type of words that we can indicate, so the direction and position that you can easily find in the chart. Next is, as we see, out of. So the dimension is there: hall, classroom, home, like this. Okay, see, you can just mention I am going out of the classroom. He is running out of the class. Like this you can indicate the things. Next is, if you are away from, you can go and write in the sense. Out of, it may be a position, and the position may be indicated in such a way. Out of, it indicates out of. The position is indicated here. For moreover, for the explanation and for clarification, few examples are given in the next slide that you can take a screenshot of that and refer to when it appears for your better understanding of the prepositions. So like this, you have to understand the preposition and prepositional concepts. See, the plus is given here, plus position. What is given in the earlier slide? I am at college. There is a new roof on the cottage. There are 2 beds in the cottage. So it is given in such a position plus. Dynamic verb is used in direction. Tom went to the college. Tom fell on the floor. He dived into the water. So the dynamic verb is used. Went is a dynamic verb. Go, dynamism. Fell, padne, dynamic. Okay. Movement. Verb मध्ये, क्रियापदामध्येच हालचाल आहे. क्रियाशील आहेत ते verb. Dived. Okay, जी कृती आहे, मध्ये सुळूक. Okay, so like this we have this type. When we have negative orientation, negative position. Away from, he was away from the college. The position is indicated here, and negative direction, he went away from the college. ऑफ चा अर्थ होतो नॉट ऑन. सरफेस असेल तर त्याच्या ऑफ, नॉट ऑन. ओके, म्हणजे तिथे नाही आहे, ऑफ. ओके, आणि पोझिशन असेल तर किंवा नॉट इन, डायमेन्शन असेल चार भिंतीच्या आतमध्ये, डायमेन्शन it is called in such a way. So we do have this type of say things that we see in this particular so called uses. Okay, as we have seen these so called prepositions, and these prepositions will help you to clear the basic concepts of the prepositions. So in today's video lecture we have studied the place related dimension, negative, direction, position, positive and negative. So we have studied these types of prepositions and 12 prepositions that we could go through. So with these words I conclude here. Thank you very much. See you again in next video lecture.